Hey Motorcycle.com viewers, Tom Roderick here. I am in beautiful southern Spain at the Ascari circuit, a wonderful private racetrack that is a glory to ride on any machine, but today is kind of special. We've got the 2014 KTM Super Duke R. We actually spent yesterday riding all around southern Spain, a lot of mountain roads, a lot of slippery Spanish asphalt out there, but this bike, it comes with a really good electronic suite for 2014, including ABS and traction control, a ride-by-wire throttle setup. According to what KTM told us the other day, one of their biggest growing departments is in the electronics department, and this is showcasing some of that electronic technology. If you're familiar with the Adventure model they just released a few months ago in the United States, the gauge cluster up here is very familiar. Now, of course, it doesn't have the electronic suspension like the Adventure does, but you're going to recognize this if you've seen that bike. As far as riding it, you know, this naked, what they refer to as the beast, it's not as beastly as you might think. It's tamed down very well. There's a very good connection between the ride-by-wire throttle when you input it up here to what's delivering through, well, the EFI and then to the rear wheel. There's 3 modes. You've got you know, a rain, a street, and a track mode. And even in the rain mode, I rode up here in the rain mode today, and you know, like they claim it's about 100 horsepower at the crank, more than enough to go out there and keep up with any quick riding pace. The bike itself, handling wise, I mean, it's an all new chassis, all new everything. You'll notice the single-sided swing arm back here on the rear. Really, it's kind of hard to fault this bike to some degree. One way I think you could describe it is you could really ride this bike to the track, do a track day, and then ride it home, which is pretty much what we're doing today. We rode the street bikes here at Ascari, and the way the suspension's set up, the power delivery, again, the TC, everything, and the ABS is operating in the background. Now, it is switchable. You can turn it off, the ABS and the TC, but even with it, you know, operating, it's not something that is going to interfere with your track day riding or out on the street. Certain speeds, yeah, you're going to start, you know, touching down some foot pegs and the shifters. Now, we didn't really have time to fiddle with suspension, but of course it was set a little soft for the track riding, so you could stiffen that up. KTM did have a race version of the bike here with different suspension, different foot pegs, and you know, much more set up for going really fast. And took that thing out, you know, didn't touch down a hard part. You know, it was a pretty sweet machine. And all the stuff that they have that was on that race machine is basically available through KTM. And so far, I mean, like we reported with the Adventure, KTM really knocked it out of the park with that bike, and this one is looking just as good. So if you're curious about some of the details of this motorcycle, go to Motorcycle.com and read the full story there.